If your team's doing the work, but not doing their best, that is not a performance issue. That is absolutely a leadership issue, and you're the problem. Today we're going to talk about when your entire team is disengaged, why it happens, and how to get them back in your leadership and in the product that you're selling. By the end of this video, you'll know the signals that your team is sending to you, why they pull back, and what you can do about it. I am Rutherford Pascal. I help good leaders become great and great leaders become better. What does it look like when a team is disengaged or pulling back? They're doing work, not great work. I had a situation where we had another team that worked alongside of me. The leader caused the entire team to do just what was necessary. They did everything this leader asked them to do and nothing more. They would be they'd leave the office 5:05. There was no more work. They didn't put their heart into it. And that showed up in the end. It shows up because of a lack of passion. People aren't doing their best work. And it squarely fell on the shoulders of the leader. This leader made the entire team disengaged. The first time I noticed that this team was disengaged was I was on a Zoom call, and before the leader came on, me and the rest of the team were talking, laughing, joking, acting like human beings, like we liked each other and we got along. And as soon as this leader came on the call, everything stopped. There was literally no communication back to this leader. There was none. When this leader said something, there was head nodding, but that was it. There was no added information. There was no questioning. There was nothing. And this leader asked me, after she noticed it, like every single time that I was on a call, she goes, "How come they talk to you so much and they don't talk to me?" And it's because she doesn't think about them as human beings. She doesn't think about them as anything else but the work that needs to be done, and in the exacting way that this leader wants it to be done. She doesn't ask questions about who they are and the why behind what they do. So she doesn't know that. Hence, people don't care about the finished product. They'll do exactly what they have to do to make this leader happy and to get this leader off their back. What I noticed was everybody started to leave. They always talked about this leader. They always badmouthed this leader, and they started leaving. They started going to different organizations or different divisions, getting out of the company completely. All those things were happening. What made it worse for this leader is because now this leader had a reputation. So this leader found it extremely difficult to hire into the organization. A position that should take 3 to 6 weeks to fill took 6 months to fill. And they had to go way outside the organization where nobody knew about the leader. That's the stuff that happens when people get so disengaged, because the word spreads about people's leadership. And that's what happened. And that's what's going to continue to happen when people don't understand that they need to make sure everybody's engaged and wants to work and wants to do their best work. So this leader, by the way, was given many, many chances, and telling this leader that they were part of the problem. Couldn't see it, wouldn't deal with it. People kept leaving. This leader eventually was exited out of the organization. This leader's at a different company, and this leader's doing the exact same thing, which actually even worse results, because this leader doubled down how this leader approached people, approached business, very micromanaged, very dictatorial, and a lack of caring. And now everybody is disengaged. The same thing happened again, just faster. So the leader will not realize that they need to change until something drastic happens. When they realize, it can be fixed very, very quickly. The fix is quick because once the leader decides everybody's important on his or her team and they treat them that way for a relatively short period of time, like maybe a month and a half to 3 months, people start being engaged. They start doing the right thing because they see that maybe this person has learned. They're treating them differently. They're treating them better. And so now they're willing to stay till 6 o'clock at night, till 7 o'clock at night. They're willing to work on the weekends. They're willing to do things they weren't willing before, because now the leader has realized that they are important. If you're a leader, parts of this resemble some of the things that you're doing, or you've seen some disengagement in your team, the first thing I'd ask you to do is to talk to each member of your team individually and ask them about, what could I do better? What am I missing? How could I support you better? Ask those types of questions, and then stop talking. Truly listen. And then put some things in place. They can see you want them to succeed. You want this team to succeed. You want everybody to be engaged. It's got to be that way. But you have to talk to them about what they want from you, how it could be differently. And if you do these things, will you get their support, and their engagement level will go up. It'll go up immediately. Again, it's going to go up in very, very short period of time, especially if you talk to them and you agree to one or two things that they say. Now, I guarantee you there's going to be certain things that are going to be kryptonite to you, that you will not want to do. You will repel some of those things, and it's your choice. But you have to choose one or two things that will make a difference, and they'll say, well, at least he or she's trying to get better. They'll start staying on board and being more engaged until you notice the difference, and then you do even more little steps here and there to grow the business. So it's really about talking and listening. That will change the behavior. We have tips on this. This is leadership tips. It's going to be attached below, or the link below. So if you wanted leadership tips, hit the link below. And as always, share this video, like this video. Thank you very much.